Hi crocheters of the world! In this tutorial I want to show you how to crochet a cell phone cover with the crocodile stitch. This is mine and I really want to make another one because I like it so much. So it's really easy, it's like a little sack and you can just pull like this and you have your cell phone inside and it's fancy and nice. You can work it with any kind of cotton yarn. I worked this and I will work the one in the tutorial with a cotton yarn number 5, so it's Kabley number 5, sorry, and in 1.9 millimeters hook or number 1. It's a number 1 here, I don't know why. So 1.9 millimeters hook. So it's really easy to make, you'll see. I will show you how. We will work together the first 2 rounds, sorry, because we will work in round the crocodile stitch, and we will work together the first 2 rounds, and then you will be able to continue on for the length that you need. Of course, if you want to make it larger, you can make it larger. You need a multiple of for your chain, basic chain, you need a multiple of 6. So we will work groups of 6 chains for the length that we need for our 1 2 3 4 5 6, and we'll go we just go on like this for the length that we need for our project, and then we will join with a slip stitch. So let me work my 48. I will work on 48 chains, so let me finish the 48 chains and I will be back to show you how to continue on. So I'm back with all my 48 chains worked, and now what I want to do is, as I said before, to join with a slip stitch to form a round. So before joining, just be sure that your chain is with the front side facing you, all of it, okay? So do not twist it while joining or before joining because it's very important, this aspect, when you work in round, not to twist your chain while joining or before joining, as I said before. Okay, so just watch it. Insert the hook into the very first chain that you made, and of course slip stitch to join. Okay, and now you know, maybe or maybe not, that the crocodile stitch is worked actually in 2 steps. So first of all we create the basic part of the crocodile stitch, and then we will work the petals. Okay, so for this basic part step, so on the same row, so to complete a row for the row or round, now we are working in round, but even if you work in rows, for the crocodile stitch you need 2 steps for the same row, so to complete a row or round. And the basic is to work V-stitches like this. So let us begin with a chain of 3, and this stands for our first double crochet. Now chain 1 more, and this stands for our first chain 1 space. Yarn over and into the same first chain work, so into the very first chain work 1 double crochet, and now we have our V-stitch, first V-stitch made. Now yarn over again, skip 2 chains and into the third work another V-stitch. This means that you will work 1 double crochet, chain 1, and 1 more double crochet into the same chain, like this. So we just have to continue on in the same manner. So we will skip 2 chains into the third, we will work a V-stitch. And this is the first step for the crocodile stitch. Of course, there are more methods of working this first step, but I work it like this with the V-stitches. You can work, maybe you can find in other tutorials worked with 2 double crochets, or I don't know, 2 and 1, and I don't know. But I'm working like this, it's really easy. So V-stitches in each of our third chain. Yarn over, skip 2 chains into the third, work a V-stitch, which means you will work 1 double crochet, chain 1, and 1 more double crochet. And again, skip 2 chains into the third, work your V-stitch. So 1 double crochet, chain 1, and 1 more double crochet. Okay, continue on until the end of this first round. I finished all my V-stitches and I still have 2 chains left to skip, and this is perfectly normal because it's what the pattern says. So now count of the beginning of chain 3, count 1, 2, 3 into the third chain, not into the fourth but into the third chain, slip stitch to join. Okay, so this is the first step for our crocodile stitch. This is what we have, is the basic, the skeleton. Okay, and now let us begin to work our petals. Now for the petals we will work 5 on one side of the V-stitch, 5 double crochets. Then in the middle you can chain 1, but I worked here a picot because I like it, how it looks with picots. Okay, you can only chain 1 or 2 if you think it's easier. Okay, now chain 1 and put the work like this. Okay, now this is the chain 3, the beginning chain 3, and here around the beginning chain 3 we will work the first part of the petal, of the first petal. So can you see, is here. Now keep it like this, fold it in 2, and now we have our chain 3, beginning chain 3 here, free and perfectly ready to work the 5 double crochets in around it actually. Now around the chain 3, yarn over first, around the chain 3, pull the yarn and work your first double crochet, and then the second, and then the third, and the fourth, and the fifth. And now, as I said, I want to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and to work my picot. So I insert the hook into these 2 loops of the last double crochet that I worked and slip stitch to join for the picot. Now put again your work in the normal position, let's say, like this. So we were like this. Now again turn it into the normal position, and now turn it on the other side. This is the double crochet of the first V-stitch. So we worked on the chain 3 of the first V-stitch, and now we want to work on the opposite side actually, as you can see, around the double crochet, the second double crochet of the first V-stitch. So we are here like this. We worked like this. Now we are here, and here is the second double crochet, and here around this we want to work. So we yarn over, fold again on this side, and now we have the double crochet here. So around this we want to work 5 more double crochets, of course. So 1, 2, it's really easy like this, 3, 4 and 5. Okay, now to finish, skip directly into the chain 1 of the very next V-stitch here and work a single crochet. 1, 2, pull through 2 and ta-da! Here we are, our first crocodile stitch, our first petal of the crocodile stitch ready. We have 5 picot and 5 more and a single crochet into the very next V-stitch. So we will work in one V-stitch the petal and into the very next only the. To continue with the second scale or petal, we will work around the next V-stitch. So around the first double crochet of the V-stitch and then around the second in the other side, on the other side and from the opposite direction. So we work from here, from up to down and then from down to top. Okay, so this is the idea. Okay, and we will work in the same manner. I just want to fold, here it is, the double crochet around which I want to work my 5 double crochets, so I just fold it like this, yarn over and work my 5 double crochets around this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The picot, so chain 3. You can only chain 2 or 1, okay? So you don't have to necessarily to work the picot if you don't want to, but as I said, I like it with the picot. So close the picot. And now we are here and we need to work from the opposite, so from down to top on the other double crochet of the same V-stitch, so this one. Fold again and let us work. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now we are on the top again of our work, so skip directly into the very next V-stitch, into the chain 1 space actually, and work a single crochet. Okay, so I worked my second one. This is the way we have to work all our petals. So actually we work petals in each of our second V-stitch and in between them we work just single crochet into the chain 1 space. Now this is the next where I have to work, so I will yarn over. This is the first double crochet. I can insert the hook around it like this, and now that I know that this is, fold and begin working your 5 double crochets around this double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. The picot, 1, 2, 3, chain 3, insert the hook through these 2 loops of the very last double crochet worked and slip stitch to join for the picot. Now we are on the here on this part and we want to work on the other double crochet of the same V-stitch. So yarn over and put the work like this, fold. I have here my first half of the petal and this is the double crochet where I have to complete with the second part. So 5 more double crochets. 2, 3, 4 and 5. And now I am again on the top of my work, so into the very next V-stitch, into the chain 1 space, work 1 single crochet. Okay, so this is how we have to continue on all around. We will work the last petal into the second to last V-stitch, and into the very last V-stitch we will work the single crochet to finish the first round. Okay, now finish your first round, I will finish mine, and then I will be back to show you how to begin the second one. And then it's the same thing, so we will repeat the first and the second round to the length that we need. I finished with my last petal of the crocodile stitch here, and I still have one V-stitch. Oops. So the last V-stitch, as I said before, we work the last petal into the second to last V-stitch, so we still have a V-stitch here. Now this is a tricky part to finish the work. So we insert the hook into the very first double crochet that we worked of the first petal, so here somewhere. Okay, I get it. And now we insert the hook into the chain 1 of the last V-stitch. And now we are ready to join with a slip stitch. Okay, I will show you one more time, because maybe this part can be a little bit, as I said, tricky, but it's very important. So I am here like this. I will not go and work my single crochet into the chain 1 space of the last V-stitch, but I will insert the hook into the very first double crochet worked of the first petal of my crocodile stitch here, only in this one, and then I will insert the hook under the into the chain 1 space of the last V-stitch and pull the yarn through it and pull the yarn through the loop on the hook to slip stitch to join. And now I can begin with the second round, the first step of the second round, so the V-stitches again. So chain 3 and one more. So the chain 3 stands for the first double crochet, the chain 1 stands for the chain 1 space, yarn over, and here into the same, actually on the back side. So if you can now work only into the V-stitch, so on the back side here, if you can. Okay, and here it is, my first V-stitch. Now I will skip directly in the middle of my first crocodile stitch worked, so into the chain 1 space here, and I will work 1 double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet. Okay, like this. Yarn over, and now I will skip into the chain here, into the V-stitch here where I work my single crochet, so here somewhere, and I will work another V-stitch. Can you see? In between the petals where we work the single crochet. Okay, and now again into the chain 1, and again in between the two here where we worked the single crochet. So as you can see, here we have our V-stitch where we work the single crochet, so here in the middle. Okay, just try to be in the middle. Chain 1 and double crochet. Can you see? So actually we work a V-stitch in each of our V-stitch of the previous round, sorry. only that we just worked the crocodile stitch in one, and into the next we work the single crochet, so it's a little bit complicated, no, but maybe a little bit confusing to find the one in between the crocodile stitches, because the one where we work the crocodile stitch is really easy because it's here. It's so double crochet, chain one, double crochet, and now we work another V-stitch in between the two petals. So here, can you see we have these two little vertical bars here, so in between these two we insert the hook, and we know that is the perfect space where we have to work the double crochet, chain one, double crochet. Okay, and now we just want to continue on like this for the basic part. So the step one of the second round. So step one of the second round, and now here in between the two double crochet, the two crocodile stitches. Okay, and now into the crocodile stitch, so into the chain one, actually V stitches, working only V stitches for the first step. Okay, now continue on until you reach the end of this second round. So I finished the first step, and I just want to show you, this is my last V-stitch worked, and now I will insert the hook into the third chain of the beginning chain 3. So I will let free the chain 1 here for the chain 1 space. Oops, I was not in. Okay, and slip stitch to join. And now I am ready to begin, as you can see, I will begin one crocodile stitch actually in between the two crocodile stitches of the previous round. So here, okay, I will begin here and here, and then I will skip. So actually I will work a single crochet on the top of the crocodile stitch of the previous round. So actually we just work like this. So it's really easy. Now chain 1, and exactly the same thing. Here is the chain 3, and around the chain 3 I will work my first 5 double crochets. So insert the hook around it and turn your work like this, fold in 2, and now you have actually perfect view of your vertical bar of the, so actually of the chain 3, beginning chain 3, where you have to work your 5 double crochets. So 1 2 3 4 and 5. I will finish this round, and then I want to show you how to change color. Okay, now the picot, and now I just want to change actually on the opposite side like this, and this is the double crochet, the second double crochet of the first V-stitch. This is it. Yarn over, insert the hook around it. Oops, it might be a little bit difficult, like this, and now I can fold it and work my next 5 double crochets to complete my first crocodile petal, or how can I say, scale of the second round, 4 and 5. Yes, I have 1 2 3 4 5, and now I will single crochet here on the V-stitch on the top of the crocodile scale of the previous round. So it's here that I have to single crochet, and in between the two, so here into the V-stitch, in between the two crocodile scales of the first round, I will work my crocodile scale. So yarn over, this is the first double crochet of the V-stitch that I have to work in. So around it I insert the hook, then I fold it in 2, and I have here my double crochet. So it's so easy to work my 5 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay, now the picot, so chain 3, insert the hook into these 2 loops and slip stitch to join. And now we have to turn on the opposite side actually. So we are down here and we have to work on the opposite side to the top. This is the double crochet where we have to work. So we yarn over, insert the hook around this double crochet, fold, and now we are ready to work our 5 more double crochets. 3, 4, 5 double crochets for the, so to finish actually the crocodile scale. And now into this V-stitch on the top of the crocodile scale of the first round, we single crochet. So can you see? Okay, so we just have to continue on like this for the second round. I will be back to show you how to change color if you want to change color, but you can just go on with the same color if you want. And then we will work it. I will work it for the length that I need, and I will be back to show you how to finish and put the drawstring. So I completed my second round, and as I said, I want to show you how to change color if you think you want to change color. Okay, you have to finish in the same tricky way as I show you before, so you will not single crochet into the last V-stitch, but you will insert the hook into the first double crochet here. Oops, this, and now you can insert the hook into the chain 1 of the last V-stitch and like this and like this. And now I can change color. So make a loop like this with the new color and just pull the loop through the loop on the hook. So very easy. Now we change color too, and we are ready for the third round. I will cut the brown color and I'm ready to continue with this one. So 3, chain 3 plus 1 and into the same stitch here, insert the hook and work a double crochet, and here it is, our first V-stitch. And now into the chain 1 here, work another V-stitch, chain 1, double crochet, and in between here I show you, here we have the 2 vertical little bars here in between these 2. So if you work like this, you are sure that you get the perfect, the right place to work your V-stitch in between the petals or the scales. Okay, now continue on like this for the length that you want. So as I said, you can change color as you prefer, or you can just go on with the same color. You can use variegated yarns. So okay, now I will go on for the length that I want. So here I worked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. So these are 12 rounds of crocodile stitch. I think I will work 13 now, because with 12 is not actually, or maybe only 12. Okay, 12 or 13 rounds. I already have 2, so this means I will work 10 rounds more, or 11, depends, and then I will be back to show you how to crochet this little border here and how to put the drawstrings. So I'm back. I finished the length. I decided for 13 rounds instead of 12, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 and 13. And now I just want to show you, so if you work with 48 chains, you will have 8 petals as I have here. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I want to align them like this with 4 and 4 on the first round here where we began. Okay, and now I will work the border, and for the border I will work only in between the petals. Very easy border, chain 3, and as I said, in between the petals work 3 more double crochets, 1, 2 and 3. Oops. So I have 4 actually now, because I have the chain 3, 2, the beginning chain 3, now the picot, and 4 more double crochets into the same stitch here in between the 2 petals. So there are 3, and I have to work 1 more to complete the shell. Okay, so this is the first shell, and what I want to do now is to single crochet into the petals, so into the chain 1 here. Okay, and in between the 2 petals I will just work my shell, 4 double crochets, 2, 3 and 4, picot, 3 and 4 more double crochets into the same stitch, and that's all. So go on like this for the border, 3 and 4, and single crochet into the chain 1 here. Okay, go on like this for the border. I will be back to show you. Here we will put 4 and 4, we put 4 and 4 as I said before, as 4 and 4 as I said before, and we just want, you can see the chain here, beginning chain, so we just want to sew here on the bottom part. Okay, so sew it here. I will sew mine. So can you see here we have actually the chain, so we will just sew it together to create the bottom part. Okay, so sew it together, and I want to show you just how to put the drawstring, and we are ready. I just want to show you I am sewing the bottom part, so actually you can see we just align these scales perfectly, and we go on the chain actually where we have the basic chain, and it's here that we want to sew together the 2 parts to obtain the bottom part. Okay, so that's it. I will just finish it and just want to show you how to put the drawstring. And now the last part, the drawstring. I just chained 75 stitches, so it's really easy, just a chain, and we need two, exactly the same number of stitches, so chain 75. I put 75, but you can put more or less if you need more or less. Okay, so this is the first one, and I have 4 shells here and 4 shells here. So if you have 4 and 4, it's perfect, or more, but you need a even number of shells. Okay, now I began here, and I just go on like this to the other end. So this is what I have. And now with the other one, I just want to show you how to begin with the other one, because we need these 2 here and the other 2 on the other side. So I will begin here, actually on the opposite side, here, into the shell. Actually here I just want to, with the second one it's a little bit difficult because we just have the first and we don't want to, and I insert the hook from the front side and then into the shell from the back side. Okay, and I just want to go on like this all around, and now into the petal of the crocodile stitch, last round from the back side and into the shell from the front side, sorry, and into the shell. Here it's a little bit difficult. Okay, I can put it here like this. And we continue on like this all around. Now into the shell. So as I said, with the second one it can be a little bit more difficult because we just have the first one like this. So my cell phone cover is ready. Here it is. This is how it looks. Just 2 more things I want to tell you. One is that when you finished with the drawstrings, you have to sew together the 2 parts. Okay, so I just sew them together. You have to sew them together very well because you will pull them, always pull them, so there must be well done here. Okay, I think it's okay, and now I can cut the yarn. Okay, so here it is. And another thing, if you want to have to finish with a odd number of shells, you will work a even number of shells. You will end with a odd number of rounds of crocodile stitch. So in my case is 13. Okay, so you will just end up with a odd number of crocodile stitch rounds. So you will have a even number of shells, and will be really easy for you to put the drawstrings. Okay, now this is it. Hope you enjoy the project. It's really nice and fancy, and I have 2, so I can wash one and put another one easily like this. Okay, so hope you enjoy this project, and see you at the next tutorial. Bye bye.